Hi, I'm Rona Kelly, and you're watching Roots Tuesday. Come all ye fair and tender maidens, take warning how you court young men. They're like a star of a summer's morning. First they appear and then they're gone. They'll tell to you some loving story and swear to you their love is true. Straightway they'll go and court another. That's the love they had for you. If I'd known before I courted that love it was such a killing thing, I'd have locked my heart in a box of gold and fastened it up with a silver string. I wish I were a little sparrow, and I had wings and I could fly. I'd fly away to my own true lover, and when he'd speak, I would not deny. But I am not no little sparrow. I have no wings, neither can I fly. I'll sit right down in my grief and sorrow and let my troubles pass me by. Come all ye fair and tender maidens, take warning how you court young men. They're like a star of a summer's morning. First they appear and then they're gone. This song is called Come All Ye Fair and Tender Maidens. You'll sometimes hear it called Tender Ladies instead of Maidens, and sometimes You instead of Ye. You'll also often find it with the title either Little Sparrow or Tiny Sparrow. From what I found, it's of Appalachian origin, which a lot of folk songs are. It was collected by a man named Cecil Sharp, who was a song collector much like Child was, who came over from England to the Appalachian region. And he collected this song in 1916. The concept of a lover being untrue is not unique to the Appalachian region during the 1800s. That theme and songs goes all the way back to the 1600s in England and Scotland with songs like Wally Wally, also called The Water is Wide, which if some of you are familiar with that one, it has kind of the similar theme of love being untrue and not being able to rely on your love. So I decided to do this one. I was going to go ahead and do a love song to kind of redeem last week's Murdered Girl ballad, but I thought that I would show how common these songs were of girls being warned against men, so that it wasn't just girls being warned that men are violent and they'll kill you. They're also being warned that men are untrue. You have other songs similar to this one, like the song Silver Dagger, which is kind of the same thing, with which you have the girl concluding at the end that she'll never marry because she's heard that men are just so unfaithful and they just break hearts. So I've been reading this book here, Life Flows On, an Endless Song by Robert V. Wells, and he is a history professor and also a folk music enthusiast. So he's kind of put those two things together and shows how what was going on in American history influenced the songs that were being written. And one of the things that he talks about is how at the first half of the 1800s, marriages were still very much under parental control. They were often arranged, and so you have a lot of couples very upset because you have these two young people falling in love and then they can't get married because the parents don't approve. Which is why you also find a lot of love ballads of lovers who can't be together, so they kill themselves. You have a lot of those going on. But in the second half of the 1800s, 1/3 of all brides were pregnant at the time of marriage. And they think that perhaps part of that was kind of their way of getting to marry the person they wanted to marry instead of the person that their parents wanted them to marry. So then you have these songs popping up warning young women about men being of loose morals and being predatory to try to keep them from getting pregnant before they were married. And that towards the end of the 1800s, you see a decline in that happening. One, because couples are allowed to marry whom they please, and two, because you have these warnings going out to these young women and they're guarding themselves a little more. So it's interesting to see how the two things kind of go together. Next week, I think I'm going to try to do a love song so that it's not all about hating men on Roots Tuesday. So anyhow, stay tuned for next week, and hopefully I'll have a good one for you.